No, but we have Bruce from Grosse Pointe. We were just talking about you, Bruce. Did you hear us?
Yeah, I heard you. I'm listening online today. The atmospherics are not in tune to get you over the radio, but thank God for the internet. Hopefully we can keep it going before they completely nationalize the whole thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well,
good morning, Bruce.
Good morning.
Good morning, Phil. Good morning, Del. How you guys doing?
Oh, good.
We're doing great.
Great to hear your voices, and looking forward to seeing you guys out at Jimmy's today if you guys can make it, because we've got a TLC planning session. So I think that's going to be a big topic in a couple of weeks. What's going to be taking place out in Warren as well as all across the country. It's so important, Janice, to get these young folks involved. I've been talking to Phil till I'm blue in the face that we've got to start getting these younger folks involved, and it's great to see these surveys after surveys now that are showing that more and more young people, millennials, I guess, are consider themselves pro-life, and I think a big reason for that is something that the abortion industry never really counted on: the technological advances, such as the sonograms and the ultrasounds, which actually do show that there's a live human being developing in the mother's womb.
Yes.
Right.
And I think that's one thing that's so ironic is a few weeks ago, Joycelyn Elders, and you remember that name?
Yes, we
do. Miss Outer Course herself.
Yes.
Attacked the use by crisis pregnancy centers, that is, of ultrasounds and sonograms to show the live baby, and these things are so clear. It's amazing, guys.
Yeah.
Have you seen the resolution on some of these techniques, some of these devices?
Yes.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Bobby, are you back with us? I am not so familiar with using this board. Bruce, if I hang up on you when I try to get Bobby back, I do apologize. Let me see if I can get Bobby back here. Bobby, are you back with us?
I am.
Oh, good. I am so sorry. I'm technologically a nerd. You will know that when you meet me. But we have Bruce from Grosse Pointe, who I had indicated has written a book about the pro-death movement, quite frankly, that was started by Margaret Sanger, and it's an insidious movement that she created, and always, like Phil was pointing out, always they put the camel's nose under the tent, and then they just weasel their way right in until evil has exploded across the world, around the world. Bobby, I did want to ask you if you have been following the presidential candidates at all. Have you any candidate that you prefer or that you're thinking you might support?
I have been following some of them. It's been a little difficult as I've been getting ready for this weekend. But as I'm representing the Crusaders for Life, I would rather not say. But I just really feel that, as Americans, we have a moral obligation to promote the common good. And one of the best ways is through the exercise of our voting privileges. It's not only civil authorities who have responsibility for our country. We are personally responsible for the future of America. And voting is one of the best ways to help shape the face of the American future. I believe that every person must vote according to their own judgment by basing their decisions off their moral principles and beliefs. Everyone must follow these presidential candidates closely and look for the pros and cons of each one and decide how they will lead our country and what they've already done in our country to promote the common good.
Bobby, you are so smart for such a young man. You are so gifted. God has blessed you greatly, and you're absolutely right. It is important for all of us to study these presidential candidates. In fact, I was looking at a website called Pro-Life youth.com, and they list 3 candidates that have vocally supported a pro-life stance, and that is Rick Santorum, Ted Cruz, and Dr. Ben Carson. So those 3 might be 3 that you would want to take a look at. Thank you so much, Bobby, for joining us this morning. It's been my great pleasure to get to know you, and I do believe that God works in great ways to bring people together of like mind for future victories.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Bobby. I look forward to meeting you in person on August 22nd. And again, I do not want this to be the end, but the beginning of a long relationship. Thank you so much, Bobby. Take care. Have a great time.
Thank you. God bless you all.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Well, guys, speaking of the presidential candidates, what'd you think about the debates on Thursday night?
Well, the one thing that I want to quickly get out is, did you notice how the media jumped at getting Kasich as much press as they could get to him? When this guy said last night about, not last night, but the information that he got out was, to me, a determination that they want to get this agenda that we have promoted. And when he said that the Supreme Court ruled, and that whatever his personal beliefs were, basically he was saying, I'm gonna defer that to the Supreme Court.
Right.
And what I liked about Huckabee, he said they're the Supreme Court, they're not the supreme being.
Yeah.
And these people just overturned not only millions of voters.
That's right.
They overturned tradition,
Yeah.
thousands of years of tradition.
You're absolutely
and for
right.
for anybody to say, well, the Supreme Court ruled. Look, I have absolutely no respect for at least 5 of those members on that Supreme Court.
Right.
And the other ones, they are trying to hold the line, but boy, we're coming up real short on this stuff.
You're absolutely right. I thought that Fox News had an agenda. They were very blatant in their agenda, and I thought that they were wrong to attack
Well, they asked
Donald Trump.
Kasich that question directly, too. Because I believe that they didn't ask anybody else that question the way they asked Kasich directly that question right there for his response to that.
And
right
his
there.
response, I immediately, well, he wasn't high on my list of potential candidates anyway, but he was completely written off my list when he answered that way, because to say that he supports the Supreme Court decision just simply because it was the Supreme Court decision is such an inaccurate way of looking at that issue. And you know who else did that exact same thing is our Governor Snyder.
Yes.
He said the same thing.
They had this attitude that we need to move on.
Yeah.
Move on. We see just like what happened with with this what Phil was talking about, how this pro-choice agenda started, and it's then evolved to now where they get billions, millions, and billions of dollars and become the greatest killing machine in American history, world history too, not just here in America, but liberals have exported this philosophy all around the world. And so the same way they did that, this is what they've done with marriage. Marriage is right now with them, this idea of this redefining of marriage has evolved now to, you see, Bruce Jenner has his own, I would not call him nothing but Bruce.
Right.
He's not a man, but he is a male.
Yeah.
And you see how it's then evolved now. They went from it was supposed to be marriage equality to now
marriage superiority.
They talking about now transgender. It's then evolved. See, they done moved past marriage. Now they're going into transgender, promoting transgender in all these different shows. A transgender. One of the guys from Breitbart was did you see one of the guys from a transgender reporter grabbed him
Oh yeah,
and threatened him?
threatening, yeah.
So yeah, this is
so
very, very dangerous. I
And-
mean,
and transgender,
for him to say that was embarrassing.
Transgender Navy SEALs.
We've got
Dude,
to we've
they
got to
talking
change the
about
narrative. We just have to
when
change
they
it.
saying that we're getting prepared for open transgenders in our military, and we sending these people all across the globe. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Come
that's,
on. This is
I'm looking
emboldening
for
ISIS and Boko Haram and all of them because of what we're doing.
I'm looking for a Republican candidate to win the election that's a visionary, that has traditional values, that has constitutional underpinnings, that really wants to get back to our constitutionally limited Republican form of self-government that has made this country so great. And in our next half hour, we're going to be interviewing Tom McMillan. Now, Tom McMillan has a long history of being a solid, staunch conservative. He has had a lot of positions in the legislature. He was the mayor of Auburn Hills. He was on the city council. He was on the county commission. He was a state representative. He's actively involved in a lot of issues, and he is now the co-chair for the Rand Paul for President campaign here in Michigan, and I'm really looking forward to talking to him after the break. Now, Theron X is going to be broadcasting live from Radio Row, which I'm not sure what Radio Row is, but on Friday, August 21st, he's going to be broadcasting the Defending the American Dream Summit, which is going to be held that weekend in Columbus, Ohio, not Cleveland.
Yeah, that's the capital, right?
And I think that this is an event that everybody should intend to attend. Boy, that's a little bit of a word trick there. It's put on by Americans for Prosperity. It's a huge event. We're going to focus on repealing Obamacare, how to build coalitions, and keynote speakers include Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, Jeb Bush, Rick Perry. So a lot of the guys we saw on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Again, you can go to defendingthedream.com, enter the promo code Theron to save $50 when ordering your tickets, and we will see you after these important messages. Join us for a great interview with Tom McMillan.